Aloha and welcome back to the Kupuna Connections television program. I'm Cullen Hayashida from the St. Francis Healthcare System of Hawaii. The Kupuna Connections television program is now looking at active aging as our theme, which means that we are looking at aging not just as in terms of long-term care or in terms of chronic disease and geriatric pathologies per se, but aging as an asset to the community. And so during this program, we have an opportunity to showcase exciting programs that help our older adults and boomer population, as well as to showcase some living examples of people that understands what active aging is all about. And today, we have with us Rosalie Makua'ole, who is been involved with the foster grandparent program in Hawaii and has quite a history in terms of services to the community. And we wanted to thank her for joining us. So thank you, Rosalie,
thank you.
Rosalie
nice
for
to be
joining.
Here.
Yes. So Rosalie, tell us a little bit about your background, a little bit in terms of what were you doing before?
Well, when I graduated, I born in Pennsylvania. Then
Pennsylvania.
Moved to California. Then from California to Hawaii because I went to the University of Hawaii.
Oh, okay.
And then lived most of my life on the Big Island in Waimea on the Big Island.
I see. And you were telling me that you worked in Waikoloa?
Waikoloa Resort.
And so, so before you retired, well, what sorts of work were you doing? Mostly working in Waikoloa?
Yeah, because I was there almost 30 years.
Wow.
So I worked in the golf end of it.
I see.
With Dennis Rose, who was the director of golf.
I see.
And then I just stayed working with him when they built the Hyatt. And then they added more golf courses on the resort, King's Course and the Beach Course. So I worked in the pro shop, and then as he got promoted, I just kind of went with him.
With him, I see. And then you retired, and then following retirement, did you just stop working entirely, or what did you do?
We took a break. We moved up to northern Nevada, south of Reno, and then I was approached for a job there at the Dayton Valley Golf Club, and back into golf again, and I worked there for 8 years, and then my husband passed away in 2006, so I took a part-time job after that. I worked for Remax Real Estate for a couple of years.
So actually, your retirement was not simply going off to pasture. Actually,
No.
you continued to work. It was like your encore career. In a sense,
It was.
Yeah. So it gave you purpose as well
Gave you purpose, something to...
And a paycheck, yeah?
And a paycheck, yeah. That always helps, and that's nice.
Of course.
Yeah.
And it lengthens your ability to pay for your retirement years for a longer time, yeah? Right? So now, so then after that, what? Then you came back to Hawaii?
Came back to Hawaii, and in 2009, and live in Waimanalo. It's on the windward side.
Okay.
And I work at the Blanche Pope Elementary School. I volunteer there.
I see.
I serve there.
Wow. So how many years have you been doing that?
This starts my 6th year. I'm in my 6th year there.
Wow. Okay. Now, when you talk about this is that the foster grandparent program. Tell us a little bit about what that program is all about.
Well, it places seniors.
Okay.
Anybody 55 years or older are eligible in elementary schools, but it does go up to high school, but the majority are elementary schools. And that one of the requirements is that you have to commit to 15 hours a week.
Okay.
I work more, but it's okay because the kids don't have school, you have holidays, we just had fall break, had a week off. And then Christmas you're off, so it's really nice.
I see.
So I enjoy it, and I work with a wonderful teacher. I work in the 1st grade, 6-year-olds.
Okay. Can you work in preschool? Is it possible?
They do have preschool.
They do have preschool, so that's possible. That's another possible opportunity.
Yes, I've been in 3rd grade, 2nd grade, kindergarten, and now I'm in 1st.
I see. So What does this entail in terms of your work as a volunteer? 15 hours a week.
I work a little bit more, but that's the requirement
Right.
if you want to go into the program. But I help the teacher, whatever she would like me to do to assist her. I don't teach per se, but I help her. And then at the beginning of the school year, about the first 2 weeks, she's able to assess students' needs and those that might need a little extra help. So that's basically where I come in and try to help those that need a little boost, shall we say.
I see. Okay.
Especially with reading and math.
Reading and math.
Reading and math.
And do you come in always at the same time every day?
8 o'clock every day.
Every day. And what time do you stay till?
2, sometimes 1, but mostly the school
Well,
day,
it's
2
a pretty
o'clock.
long day then
Yeah,
for you.
it is.
Oh, wow.
I don't have to do that. I could cut back, but right now I enjoy that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a different kind of work in comparison to
Oh, yeah.
working at Waikoloa.
Oh, yes. This is different. But the children are some of them are so needy, and they just need a little bit of, positive influence. And that's basically what I try to do.
Yeah, and love, yeah. And just, sometimes just the hugging and that sort of thing can be so rewarding for the kids, yeah. Oh, wonderful. Now, we brought some pictures, I guess. Some of them included you and others that...
okay.
So maybe you can kind of share with us what we are looking at right now. So, can you tell us, do you know what this picture is?
Well, that's one of our foster grandparent volunteers.
Okay.
And I believe
this is like a kitchen or a
That's
cafeteria?
probably in the cafeteria.
Okay.
And we eat with the children. You don't have to, but I also do. I eat in the cafeteria with them.
Oh, okay.
And the kids like that. I can't imagine why they'd want to do that, but they like you to sit with them and eat. So apparently that's what she's doing. I think that's
see.
probably in a Waipahu school.
Okay, and how about what would you see here? Now, so it seems like they're
Let's
all kind of just
That's a
acting,
group.
huh?
Yeah.
Having fun.
Yep. They are.
Oh, okay. Okay, so, and then I guess the gentleman in the back is one
of the volunteers.
Yeah? Also kind of wearing a mask as well, just being part of...
the schools have so many different activities, and so we always try to play a part in that and participate too.
Yeah.
You know.
What is this next picture that we see?
Let's see. Oh, that's my friend Pearl Rodriguez.
Okay.
She's at.
What's she doing?
She's helping with their work. She works at the Kamaile Academy in Waianae.
I see. I see. Okay.
She volunteers
so this
there.
is one of the kinds of things. And then here's this last picture here.
Oh, that's me just helping reading, I believe. I'm helping somebody with their
reading.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so all very... Do you get involved with some of their other types of activities, singing or art and that sort of thing as well? Or...
Well, they singing, yes. When we have every year they have the ho'ike, and so the teachers are responsible for each class, and so they sing, and then we have a kupuna that comes into the classroom once every 2 weeks, and she teaches them Hawaiian songs and about Hawaii and the culture, because we're on Hawaiian homelands, our school.
Yes.
So basically 90% of the children are of Hawaiian ancestry.
I see.
So.
I see. Do you have an opportunity to share some things about right and wrong or values?
Yes, all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
Give me some examples of it.
Well, last year I worked with this one boy, and he at the beginning of the year, and I thought he was a smart little boy, but he couldn't focus. Just like he could care less what he did. And so I thought, I got to come up with something to motivate him. It wasn't like he was motivated. He'd just go through the motions. And so I came up with this. I told him, I can't mention his name, but I'll call him Akamai. That's what I said.
Okay.
And I said, I see there's a button on the back of your neck, and I bet if I press that button, that's going to turn your brain on. And he looked at me like, and he says, "It is?" And I says, "It is. So I'll turn it on. So what are you going to call it?" And I thought maybe I'd call it a magic button, but I thought that's so overly use magic. So I thought nowadays everything is smart. So I said, I'll call it a smart button. Well, that was it. You turn that on, and I said, only I can see it and only I control it. Okay. And that kid turned around. He started doing his homework, turning in his homework every day. Then the kids that sit with him tell me, Auntie, can I have a smart button too? But that was so rewarding to me because this boy took a real interest in him. And at the end of the year, when they were doing assessments at the end of the year, he on his test, he only missed one for his math. So he really progressed from the beginning of the year. Yeah.
And I think,
so that was rewarding to me.
It takes that kind of attention and that feeling of caring for somebody, perhaps, that they sense.
Oh, yeah, they do. They know when you care about them.
Right.
Yeah, they do.
So that certainly makes a big difference in people's lives. Yeah. So.
And I still see children that I worked with when I first started. They're not at the school anymore, but you'll run into them in the stores.
Yeah. And you're planting these seeds in them.
Hopefully,
so that,
hopefully, I know that they say you give back, but I get back.
Absolutely.
I think whatever I do, I get back tenfold.
Tenfold,
Yeah.
There's something about giving that actually multiplies. Yeah. I wanted to kind of ask you a little bit about after this whole idea of being engaged and being active, volunteering, with a passion, with a purpose. Share a little bit about why you do this anyway.
Well, like I say, when I first started, I was kind of a little skeptical. I didn't know if I wanted to, but I thought, well, I'll give it a try. And immediately I really enjoyed it. And I think a lot of it has to do with the teachers, and our school is considered a small school. We have a wonderful principal, and everybody is like a family. All the teachers they're a closeness about it, and that's what I felt when I first started. And then of course I enjoyed the children. Then you connect with certain children, and you know that maybe I need them, but to help them.
Yeah,
I think that's.
Yeah. Now you have children.
Yeah, they're grown.
And they're grown, and you've got grandchildren too. They're also grown
They're
too
grown.
as well.
Yeah.
Are they here in Hawaii?
My son's in the Big Island, but my daughters are on the mainland.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So these little ones are really now your adopted.
Exactly. In fact, they'll say, one little girl said, "Do you think are you married?" And I said, "Yes, I am. I remarried in 2009." And so they said, "Do you think you can adopt me?" And I said, "Well, I don't know if I can do that, but I'll help you every day."
They just love you. I think.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. So how do you view your purpose in life?
My purpose in life.
Yeah. Have you thought about some?
I think my purpose in life is to serve others.
Okay.
And to make a difference. If only one child goes through school and hopefully goes on to college, is because maybe something I instilled in them when I had them in first grade, that reading is important if you want to succeed, and listen to your teacher and do your homework.
So this is much more exciting in many ways than just the Waikoloa or the Remax Center.
Yeah, that's a different whole. That was a career, But I did love it. I thought I had the best job in the world.
Of course.
When I worked at Waikoloa, I loved that.
But there's a different kind of energy that comes from this type of work. Even though.
And the teacher I work with, she's very organized, and she's so loving, and I think I can help her. We work really well together, I enjoy it.
I see.
There may get to the time where I go, okay, that's enough. But right now, I still want to do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it possible to cut back to fewer hours than 15? Or
15 is the minimum that you have to do and to be in the foster
But this
grandparent.
gets you up every morning.
It gets you up every morning.
Yeah, and there's a need to get dressed and get out of the house and put on your
That's what I like it, because if I didn't have to, I would maybe sit around and,
channel surf, and sometimes we've got a lot of older people at home that are lonely, they're depressed, and they're in their jammies all day long, and they don't put on their makeups, they don't go out.
They don't go out.
And I don't think that this is healthy, right?
It isn't healthy.
It's not healthy. Yeah.
No.
And
And that's why there's days maybe I'll go, oh, I have to go to school today. I'll say that. But then once you're done, oh, I'm so glad.
Yeah,
I'm glad I came.
Yeah. You got to use your brain.
You have to use your brain, and the kids look forward to you.
Yeah. And all that giving that you're providing with to other people.
I just would hope more people could want to do this.
How do you do that? How do we get more people?
Well, Suzanne Hull, who's our director, we've been doing little programs like this to try to get the message out. Mm-hmm. We did a radio show the other day. Mm-hmm. It was on the radio, and then little blip advertising about foster grandparent program. Mm-hmm. And we go to several, like the senior fair at the Blaisdell. We had a booth there.
Right.
And Suzanne has different functions that she goes to try to get the word out.
Yeah.
Word of mouth is a good way.
Yeah.
At Blanche Pope, we had at one time 7 foster grandparent.
Okay.
But because they're older, things happen. They can't continue on for one reason or another. So I'm down. Our school is down to me now. 1.
Oh, really?
1.
Okay.
So we are looking for more. Teachers want them in the classroom.
Yeah.
In fact, this morning, one teacher asked me, another first grade teacher said, don't you have any friends that want to come and...
What about churches? These are community groups in a sense where people know each other and there's a certain level of trust in terms of... and you've got many older adults are in churches. Are these good places to find...
Yeah, it could be. In fact, and I just talked to a teacher with the Napono program today and asked her, there's a lot of older people in Waimanalo, Kupuna, that can you, and she lives right among a lot of these. And I said, can you ask them and see if they would be interested? We could give them the information and hopefully they'll come up because once they're in it, they enjoy it.
Yeah.
They all enjoy it.
I think the transition to actually say yes, and maybe people are a bit apprehensive. This idea of actually being a teacher assistant, and they think, well, I haven't gone to college or anything. And
but it isn't like that.
But there is that sense of maybe apprehension. Yeah. So, is it possible that they could maybe shadow you, for example, for a week or 2 weeks, just so that they can see, hey, this is not that difficult.
That could be a good idea. Come in the classroom with me and see what you do.
No commitments. Just be with me all day long and meet some of the kids and be with them. And
that's a great idea.
Maybe that might be a nice kind of like a transition, so that people don't have to feel overwhelmed with the whole idea. Yeah. But once they get started, like you say, they get quite charged up by this. Yeah.
Everybody that I know that's actively in the program, they enjoy it a lot. They do.
Yeah.
And it's like I say, it's rewarding. And if you're helping somebody, especially children that are a little bit needy, and you can. I just love them. And I like to give them positive feedback.
Right.
Because sometimes
so how many children are in the class that you...
18.
18. I see.
That's one first grade. We have another first grade has the same amount.
But that class does not have a
Doesn't have, and that teacher would like to have one.
Yeah.
She was,
Yeah.
And like I say, if you're going to do it, you really do have to be committed. You can't go one day and then... I'm not going to go. You have to commit. That's why start out maybe at 15 hours and do 5, 10, and Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then you can do it that way. Something that would suit them. Yeah.
So, but maybe this whole shadowing idea might be a kind of non-committal, at least an opportunity to see what this is all about first. If we could, because this is a great way to help the young people and at the same time help ourselves as well, rather than staying at home all day long,
Right.
Because I've seen so many people I recall my mother, this was years ago, and she passed away. When she worked all her life really, really hard, but when she retired, the first 2 years, she was at home, and she got sick. You know, I mean, it was just too much of a change. Then finally, she got involved with. I don't think it was foster grandparent. I think it was senior companion.
Oh, senior companion.
Yeah, and she started going out. You know, and I think it made a difference.
I'm sure.
You know, so because there's a need to sort of just get dressed, put on your makeup, and get out of the house. You know, and then start using your head. You know, in terms of catching the bus or doing other sorts of things. You know, rather than just watching.
Well, when you help
television.
others, whether it's adults or children, you know, it makes you feel good, gives you a positive.
Gives you a lift,
it gives you a lift.
Yeah. And I think that's it's better than medicine in some respects.
Better than medicine, I agree.
Yeah. So how do you keep, besides this type of active, aging type of engagement in terms of volunteering, how else do you do, what else do you do to keep yourself well?
Well, my husband and I, we're very active in our church in Waimanalo. We're active in that.
Okay.
That keeps us busy. And then,
So you must be volunteering there too then, huh?
Well, I don't too much volunteer, but I have callings that I have that do. And then I'm taking a class on Wednesday night.
Oh, what kind of class is
that?
Class.
It's related to our church. It's
Okay.
But it's very interesting. Okay. And then I do live in a senior complex in Waimanalo, so I'm around seniors, and we have a lot of functions there and activities.
Okay. A lot of social activities, so the socialization, rather than being alone.
Right.
That being connected is very important for health, right? And certainly, the classes, you're using your head, right?
That's what I think.
Absolutely.
You hear about people they lose their memory, or they and I thought maybe keeping active will keep your brain active.
Absolutely. Use it or lose it. Yeah. So these are all very.
So there's
important.
good benefits by doing this.
Yeah. How about you watch what you eat, or eat less meat, or
less meat?
Less meat.
Yeah.
Huh?
Chicken and fish mostly.
Chicken, fish,
I'm trying to. Yeah.
Okay, so these are all very important tips that I think is very important for our community. So when we think about our seniors out there, or our viewers out there, there may be a lot of things that we've talked about. Are there anything something in particular that you want to mention to them in terms of, say, an idea having to do with active engagement that's important, some kind of recommendation, some kind of tip? What would you...
The best thing to do is don't say no when somebody asks you. If you'd be interested, try it, Get your feet wet and try it. And whether it's foster grandparent program, which we hope you would volunteer for, or there's other clubs for seniors. There's a lot of things for seniors. You just have to get out and do it. I know Waimanalo has a senior club for seniors, and there's a lot of things, activities, but you think, I don't want to be bothered. But if you just have to take that first step and try it, because it benefits you. It benefits.
And sometimes I guess you have to kind of break out of that mold, in terms of maybe this is my comfort zone.
Exactly.
But if I break outside of the comfort zones, sometimes it's a little bit intimidating. You're gonna have to meet new friends and dress up, and and I'm not quite sure how they'll treat me or whatever. So there's that sense of maybe nervousness. But like you said,
but nothing like trying. Nothing like trying and make that first step. And who knows? You just this is great.
This is great. And that can make a world of difference in terms of your health, and wellness. Because it's not. Sometimes people think that I just got to go to the doctor and take more medicine. And that's not necessarily the answer.
I don't think so. I mean, it's good to go and get your yearly physical. But
yes, absolutely.
do that.
Have your screening done regularly. It's I've heard of people where they say, well, this doctor's not doing me any good, and I'm still having this problem, so I'm going to switch doctors, and they switch doctors and switch doctors again. and they keep taking all these medications. But again, like you said, you know, I think that there's much more than that, right? Much more than that in terms of
And
the
just because
engagement.
as you get older, the mentality is, oh, you're going to be this, or you're not can't do this, or you can't. You have to switch, turn it around, and say, no, I can still do things. I can still
yeah,
have a purpose. I can
Yeah.
help others.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
because when you help others, it does.
Yeah.
It makes you feel so good, and it helps your outlook. And
yeah. Maybe we have to tell people not to act their age.
yeah, I never will. I never will. My kids tell me that they know that.
Yeah, so that's you know, that's a positive way, you know, in terms of just being much more free and rather than
And laugh.
and laugh, right?
And laugh.
Yeah, and be around children.
Be
Yeah,
around
be
children.
They can certainly liven you
Have
up.
a
Yeah.
good sense of humor.
Yeah,
It really helps.
That's a good point. Good
Yeah.
point. Okay, so all of these are great suggestions. I think that's about all the time that we have.
Okay.
So thank you very much
Well,
for
thank you for
joining me.
having me here. I enjoyed
No,
this.
because you now are able to help me, you know, share this, you know, these ideas with the general community and our viewers, many of whom are boomers and retirees who are still yearning for purpose, you know, and so this is a contribution. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. So aloha everyone for watching, and hope to see you again next week.